What's up, guys? Welcome back to Newswave. We have a few things to get into today. Some surprising stuff, some stuff that hasn't happened in a long time, and that's Nintendo attending Tokyo Game Show, specifically Nintendo actually showing up and apparently talking to some people and doing some business dealings in the background. It's very interesting to think about what they could be talking about. We're going to go over that, and then the possibility of Call of Duty 2019 from Infinity Ward being developed for PS5, Xbox 2. See, I didn't even say Xbox 2 really in the title, because is that the title? Is that the name of the system? I don't know. I mean, if I told you guys, 7 years ago during the 360, the next system would be Xbox One, people probably would have thought I was crazy, but here we are. Anyway, guys, let's talk about some of the smaller stuff, starting with Amazon Prime. See, this is something I figured was going to happen, although, to be fair, Amazon Prime doesn't really work that well for me anyway with the games that I order, because I look for 20% off when you add them to your cart, right? And it never seems to work for me, so maybe mine's just broken or something, or maybe I just happen to pick the games that it just doesn't work on. It's very, very weird. You guys can let me know if you've noticed this too, but they did add a line that people all pointed out, and it seems to be, I guess, new, but again, I haven't had any luck with Amazon Prime and new games with the 20% off. Maybe that's just me. Anyway, they did add remasters and re-releases to their I guess their little fine print that they have. And yeah, it's a shame, but I mean, what did we really expect, right? When the Gamers Club Unlocked kind of got quietly discontinued. That was their big reason, I guess, those two battling out, Best Buy and Amazon. And when one kind of starts to fold, the other one goes, oh good, we don't really need to do this anymore because it's pretty much business as usual. But then that's something that'll help GameStop, right? Because then GameStop doesn't have to deal with it. It's a very odd situation. I guess Amazon Prime technically still works for new games, but I'll try it again at some point. I know I'm getting Octopath Traveler physically, so maybe I'll get it on there. We'll see. But I am looking at that special edition too. I am in for that. So I'm hoping I get that one, but we'll see. Also, we had a mech game announced for the Switch, something we kind of knew about because it was at least rated, and they announced it on Twitter as you're seeing here, and that is Assault Gunners HD. It's coming this week actually for the Switch. A very, very quick announcement and release. How quick, you might be asking? Well, it's out tomorrow, July 5th. So they announce it, and then 2 days later it's out. Now, you might be wondering, what is this game? Assault Gunners HD Edition. Now, it's a game that was originally on the Vita in Japan. This is was that 2012 actually? 2012, 2013. It's been a while. It wasn't a great game, and then they did bring it to the PS4 and Steam earlier this year, and we saw a rating for the Switch version, so we figured, okay, it's coming to the Switch, is bringing it to most of the systems that are, I guess, popular in Japan, with the PC being a place that all of these games generally go to for these kind of third-party style games. And it didn't get the best reviews. I think it's in the 40s on Metacritic. On Steam, it seems to be mostly positive, and that's because it's a cheaper mech-based game on Steam, where they don't have a lot of mech-based games like that, right? They don't have Armored Cores or anything like that. But on the PlayStation, they just weren't having it. So I would do a little research on this game, check the gameplay and everything before you pick it up. I assume it's not going to be more than 10 or 15 bucks when it does come out on Switch tomorrow. But I mean, you can check it out and see what you think. But hey, we have Daemon X Machina coming up. Hopefully early 2019. That looks to be the game to hold out for. But if you want just a fun little mech game from Marvelous Games, as they really put it out there, Assault Gunners HD Edition is technically out tomorrow, and you can check it out. Now that we have the smaller news out of the way, let's get into the bigger stuff, starting with Nintendo attending Tokyo Game Show. It was surprising to a lot of people to see this because they haven't been there in a while. The last I've heard that they've been there was like 2007, 2008 with the original Wii. So yeah, it's been about a decade, 10 years or so since they've been there, and it was a little interesting to see this happen, mostly because the reason for them attending doesn't appear to be a standard, we're going to set up a big booth, people are going to come by and play games, it's going to be a good time. No, it seems like they're mostly doing backroom business dealings, as in you have to have an appointment with them to meet with them and I guess come to their booth, and it seems to be mostly in the backgrounds, meeting rooms. So what are they doing there? Because that is the speculation now. It's running all over the place. What is Nintendo doing here? Why would they need to meet with a lot of these developers face-to-face like this at something like TGS? And there's a lot a lot of theories. Let's go over a few of them. One is that Nintendo is talking, or at least shopping around ideas for a new Switch variant like hardware. That's one that people are saying. There's also the possibility that because they have a new president now in Furukawa, that he might just be making the rounds, face-to-face time and everything, say hi, introduce himself and everything. Because, like I said, Kimishima was more of a bridge, right? He was a temporary leader, so he wasn't going to be there for long, so it really wasn't necessary for him to go the 1 year that he was the leader, the president there. And obviously last time with 2007, 2008, when we would see someone like Iwata go there. So I could see that side as well. There's also the possibility they're going there literally to convince and woo different, prospective developers to get their games on the Switch. But here's the thing about that. The Switch is going to start getting these games by default because it's going to have the largest install base. So Nintendo doesn't really need to go there and bend over backwards for anybody to get them on their system. They're going to show up, and I assume these developers are going to line up to talk to Nintendo because they want their stuff there on the Switch. It's only natural for, in Tokyo Game Show, Japanese developers to want to be on the hottest system in Japan. And after the end of this year with Pokemon and Smash, it's going to be the Switch with probably the largest install base in Japan rapidly. And it's going to keep growing. We saw the 3DS, over 20 million units there. The Switch could possibly be that same install base, and that is massive. So yes, it's just a weird thing to see. That's why a lot of people are pointing this out. You might be hearing people talk about this. This isn't normal to see Nintendo show up there after 10 years just to show up. So they must have plans, whether it is they're showing or talking to the developers about a possible Switch revision, whether it's more power or more battery life or bigger screens or something, or maybe they're just talking and trying to do some backroom dealings with some of that. Like, how do you think Square Enix showed up with Octopath one time? That's because Nintendo talked to him about it and they came to an agreement on it. Maybe they're doing stuff like that. Maybe get some exclusive stuff for the Switch from Japanese developers. It's exciting nonetheless. We'll see if anything comes out of this, whether it's leaks from people who attend and they hear things. I don't know, but we'll have to keep an eye on this. Next up, let's talk about some new 2DS XL special editions that were announced. They're only in Japan. It's kind of a bummer because there's one in particular I really like. You're going to see pictures of them here. There's an Animal Crossing 2DS XL. There's a Mario Kart 2DS XL. And there is a Minecraft 2DS XL. I think a lot of people like the Creeper Minecraft and the Animal Crossing one. I am very partial to the red and black Mario Kart 2DS XL, just mostly because of the red and black. I think color scheme looks cool. But I do see the Animal Crossing one, and I go, yeah, I get why fans of Nintendo would like that 2DS XL Animal Crossing edition because it looks really nice and has like the leaf and everything on it. And it's just Animal Crossing fans really like the 2DS XL and the 3DS and everything, so it makes sense. I mean, that's where the best-selling Animal Crossing is on that system. We'll see, I guess, maybe when the Switch version hopefully gets announced. But so far, so good. I would like to see them bring these outside of Japan, but right now there's no plans to. And then the Minecraft one is the most expensive one, probably because it is Minecraft, it's Minecraft trademarked and everything, so they have to probably share some of it with Microsoft for using, I guess, the image and everything of the Creeper. However, if you are interested in these, PlayAsia appears to be doing pre-orders on them. For example, the Minecraft one is the most expensive one. You're going to see it here. It is $209.99, so it's $210. These, of course, are region locked to Japan only, so maybe you're just doing them for collection purposes. You can. The Animal Crossing new 2DS LL, as they call it there, $178.99, and then that Mario Kart 2DS LL, that's the Mario Kart 7 pack, so it comes Mario Kart 7 and everything, the black and red, $178.99 as well. I don't know if there are any plans to release that in Japan. I like to think there are, and it's going to Japan first, so maybe hang out for a bit because, of course, this will only play Japanese games, and maybe just wait a little bit to see if they do also announce it here or other parts of the world, whether it's the U.S. or Europe or anywhere else, because it would be a shame to get it, have it shipped over, and then it gets announced for the U.S. Any of these. I mean, Minecraft seems obvious to bring to the U.S., but hey, we'll see. At least for now, we do see more special editions showing up for the 2DS, which is good because it'll probably get more sales going for that system that's been kind of falling off a bit in Japan with, obviously, the Switch showing up. Next up, let's talk about a remaster, a remake that I'm really looking forward to since it was announced at the Sega Direct, I guess, that took place during Sega's own festival. And that is, of course, Shenmue 1 and 2. The remaster is coming out because now we have a release date and we have the confirmed pricing and everything. And it's coming out a bit sooner than I thought, to be honest. I thought this might have fallen more into like the fall/holiday season. It's actually coming out in August. It's coming out August 21st. It's going to be $29.99, and that's, of course, on the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PC. It's funny how this happened because it seemed that one of Microsoft's online stores actually put this release date out, leaked it, and then Sega, I guess, was just like, you know what, yeah, August 21st, whatever. So it's great to see this, by the way, come up earlier, because if this game fell into September, even October, I feel like it would have fallen into some trouble because there are just so many games around it, right? I mean, think about September is packed. I don't know where he'd put it in September. October has some big stuff with obviously Red Dead, Call of Duty, Battlefield. It starts to get lost in there. I think August, especially August 21st, is a great spot for it. And honestly, $30 for those two games, remastered fully and everything, whether you want it on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, is a great deal. Like, when I heard $30 back when they were first talking about it, I thought that was like cheap. I thought there was something wrong with that. I thought it'd at least be $40. Nope, $30. Shenmue 1 and 2. Get people primed and ready for Shenmue 3 that we assume is coming next year, although they've already delayed it once from 2018 to 2019. So we'll see. Either way, look forward to it. We got a date set in stone, August 21st. It's an exciting time right now for Shenmue fans. Absolutely. And you know what? Even if you're not a Shenmue fan, you keep looking at the series and you're like, I don't really want to play it on the Dreamcast, or I don't really want to play it on the original Xbox or whatnot. Well, here you go. You can get it fully remastered, so it won't be blurry or anything. You can play it in 4K, and it's going to be awesome. Just look forward to it. And in our last bit of news, let's talk about Call of Duty 2019. That's going to be the one that's going to be done by Infinity Ward. We already know about Black Ops 4 that's coming up. It's going to be done by Treyarch, obviously, because they go by this 3-company, rotation where we get Sledgehammer, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and then it all starts over. It gives everybody 3 years to develop their game, and it gives them enough time. But I do get why some people get kind of burned out on Call of Duty. Honestly, I think the best bet on that is maybe find one of the companies that you really like and just stick to them or something. And then maybe if another one catches your eye, you go, okay, maybe I'll check it out. But that's what I see a lot of people do. People are big Black Ops fans. People have now become WW2 fans. And Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare, I guess it's still looking for fans, I think, right? Anyway, this is obviously going to be a thing next year. And there are a lot of questions. Well, there was a job listing that might answer some of those questions, kind of. See, one that it definitely answers is that it appears that there will be a campaign, which is something people have been concerned about since Black Ops 4 decided no campaign. But keep in mind, WW2 did have a campaign, and it seems like these 3 companies get to kind of decide what they want to do, and it just seems that Black Ops 4 was like, nah, no campaign. And I'm sure Activision was like, all right, good, no campaign, we can save that money? Sounds good to me. So what does this job listing say? Well, here it is right here. The job listing is titled as a narrative scripter. Keep in mind, it is temporary. So what's interesting about that, when I saw that it was temporary, I figured, okay, this seems like something that they're hiring on now to help get their current project to the finish line. Maybe I'm thinking incorrectly there, but that's kind of how I read into that when I saw it. And the way this job is kind of detailed, it seems like someone who would be working immediately on a game with other people. Keep that in mind, because there's a line we're going to talk about here when we go further down. For example, what they're looking for people to do is essentially help with the voiceover work and kind of put that into the game around different set pieces and things happening. That's why they're talking about it having a campaign, because they're doing voiceover work and moving it and kind of making it work in the game. One thing that absolutely caught everyone's eye is that one line reads, "Come work with the game industry's brightest on a new, exciting, unannounced title for multiple next-gen platforms." And that is what people are raising eyebrows at, because what do you consider next gen? I assume you don't consider Xbox One and PS4 as next gen, because they've been around for a while now, right? They came out in 2013, so they've been around for 5 years now. I wouldn't consider that next gen. I would consider PlayStation 5 and Xbox 2 next gen. So now the question is, this is a 2019 game, fall 2019, possibly October, maybe November. I feel like Black Ops 4 got moved up to October because of Red Dead and even Battlefield jumping out in front of all of them. So let's say this is a November release. Does this mean that the PS5 and the Xbox 2 could be coming out next fall or next year, 2019? It's not out of the realm of possibility, but honestly, This is what a lot of people are asking right now, and I have to say, I don't think so. To be honest, I look at this and I say, I don't know if 2019 is the year for the next Xbox and the next PlayStation together. See, I do think Microsoft will try to jump out in front of PlayStation, and PlayStation doesn't seem interested in getting to the next generation anytime soon, but Microsoft certainly does. So could I see Microsoft try to jump ahead and have a 2019 release ready? Yes, I could. Do I think it'll happen though? Maybe not. Honestly, they would have to announce it early this year coming up, early in 2019, and then have a massive marketing push ready to go. I mean, they announced the Scorpio a year and a half early. I think they will announce the next systems at E3 2019, but I don't think they'll be ready until 2020 holiday, and that would not make sense for here. I have no idea what this line actually means though. It's very possible that they could push this Call of Duty as like for example, Black Ops 3, I guess, was technically on both systems, right? But I don't know if they would do it the next year with their other Call of Duty game coming out. So it's a weird line. Let me know what you guys think about this situation down below. And if you think, are they developing stuff for the PlayStation 5 and the next Xbox to release fall 2019? It's possible, but how likely is that? And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for Newswave today. If you enjoyed this video, guys, hit the like button. Really helps out. If not, hit the dislike. Leave a bunch of comments down below about everything we talked about today, whether it's Nintendo's presence at TGS. Are you surprised that they're going back there to do some backroom dealings and talk about some stuff? They haven't been there in a while, and what do you think they're planning there? That's the question right now, is what do you think they're doing over there? And or you think they're trying to lock down some games? Do you think they're trying to show off some new stuff to these developers behind closed doors? Let me know what you guys think about that, seriously, down below. It's very, very curious to me. And also, what about this Call of Duty situation with that job listing? Was it maybe a typo? Next-gen platforms? Maybe they consider, PS4 and Xbox One. Maybe they consider PlayStation 4 Pro and Xbox One X next-gen. Very odd. But let me know if you think the PS5 or the Xbox 2 could be 2019 systems. Let me know, guys, down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.